There is one thing that believers need to accept about this world. You are only accepted, quote unquote, when you share in their misery on their terms. So you can't just share in their misery like that. You have to do it on their terms because they want control. That is what's all about these people. Control. There's all these things about privacy, about respect, about boundaries, about politeness, all about control. Worldly people are control creeps. If they cannot control you, you don't exist. If they can't control you, but they can't get around your influence, if they can't deny your existence, and they can't control you, they'll turn on you. You have to let them control you so they are at ease, so that they can feel relieved. That is what worldly people want. They don't want freedom, they don't want deliverance, they don't want solutions, they just want relief. And they want you, that's you, to be supplied for their relief. That's worldly people. And when you can't supply their relief, they're gone. Some will put up with you out of convenience, others will go off at you because they don't want to deal with the fact that they can't control you. But whether they put up with you for a while or they flat out turn on you, it comes on the same thing. They want control. That is why they're enemies of Christ, because they can't control Him. Think about it. These mortal bodies of ours will perish one day. And who will resurrect us? Christ. Christ doesn't ask when we want to resurrect. We have nothing to want, nothing to will, nothing to like. And there's no consent involved. He is Lord. And He decides we'll be resurrected. So, that alone, the fact that He is Lord, and there's no such thing as consent or own choice when it comes to Him, they can't stand it. And what they can't stand is when they see other human beings walking in God's strength. Because when you walk in God's strength, they can't kill you and they can't undermine you. So that means they have no choice but to put up with you. And if they choose to have a negative attitude towards you, it will harm them in the long run. And they know that they can't ask you to leave them alone. Because even if you decide to leave them alone, that also will be a judgment onto them. So they are shut down in the relief seeking when they're dealing with a real believer. That is why they persecute believers. And here's another thing. A lot of believers are not delivered. That's why those believers are also embraced by the world. If the world embraces you as a believer, they know that they have a grip on you. And it's because they have a grip on you and they can get away with seeking relief, that's why they want you. You will find individual unbelievers here and there that will be on good terms with you. But even then, you need to be watchful because they're trapped in patterns and cycles. But it's rare. It's an exception when a believer encounters unbelievers who are on good terms with him or her. In general, the world will turn on you because they can't control you. It's all about control with these people. And the moment they think that they have the right to control you, they have the right to harm you, and they have the right to treat you whatever they decide is the right way, the moment they come with self-entitlements and it backfires, now they are traumatized because things backfires, not because you harmed them. They brought it on themselves, and now they want to escalate either on you or on someone else. That's the world we live in. They'll put hexes on you, spells on you, voodoo. They put you under voodoo attacks. They'll conduct smear campaigns. They'll even harm their own people and blame you for it. That's how far they go. But they will not do the same with a child molester. They won't do the same with a crooked banker. They won't do the same with the vile creeps amongst them. It is because they can control those vile creeps one way or the other. They can look down at them and get narcissistic relief. That's what it's about. They want narcissistic relief, and they can get narcissistic relief from those foul predators. They can't get it from you. With you, it's game over. With you, it's final. They can't stand that. So, what do when the world hates you? Remember, they hated Christ first. And remember that their hatred will haunt them in the lake of fire forever, while you will be on the earth with Christ, living in peace forever. This mortal body will pass away, but you'll be resurrected. So, remember, He is Lord, He'll resurrect everyone. They have nothing to will about that, and they will be alive. And if they resist life, they'll be in a horrible condition for all eternity by your own doing. You keep agreeing with Christ. Be at peace.